Hello, everyone. Welcome. We begin with a song, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, which means let us sing together.
To Central Synagogue. We want to welcome everyone who's in our sanctuary. We want to welcome all of you who are joining us over live stream in our call-in service or JBS or in any other way part of our virtual community. It's wonderful to be able to gather for worship this afternoon. I'm Rabbi Ari Lorge. I'm joined by my colleague, Cantor Julia Cadrain, and there's another very important person who is going to be leading us in our service. And we're here to mark Alex becoming Bat Mitzvah. We couldn't be more full-hearted or overjoyed to be marking this moment, not only in her life and her family's life cycle, but also, we know, a moment certainly of celebration in our community. Alex has been a part of our community all the way back when she was part of the parenting center and a little tiny one. We think of all the many moments that she's marked in the sanctuary. And now she's going to be leading us in reading Torah and teaching us Torah and really taking her place on that bima. So we are so full-hearted and so overjoyed to be sharing this simcha. And we're taught the whole house of Israel, everyone around the world is in fact celebrating this moment as you take your place in our community. So we want to thank our musicians who are going to enhance this worship experience by bringing all of their joy and energy and all of the ways that they enhance our service. We want to thank all of our staff who are helping enable us to be in this space safely and securely. And we want to thank all of you for being a part of this moment in the life of our community and the life of this family. We are going to continue with our worship on page 108 with Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. I'll invite you to please rise.
We continue with the Shema, a prayer that says, God is one, and we are created in God's image, which means we are also one. From down here beneath the sanctuary to Alex and her family up in the sanctuary, and to all the loved ones who are watching, we are one, we are connected. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Avad Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meyodecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'shochbecha u'vkumecha u'kshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lo lechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. We continue with our song of freedom and redemption, Mi Chamocha.
Net
tehilot oseh veleh michamocha vaylim Adonai mikamocha nedar b'kodesh. We continue with this one line prayer that prepares us to enter into a little bit of silent or quiet reflection. So we'll rise in body or in spirit, and after we sing this one line together, we'll have a few moments for personal reflection. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise.
Alex, we'd like to invite you and your immediate family up to the Bima now as we prepare to begin Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah. The rest of us can turn in our prayer books to page 248. And Alex, when you're at the Bima, we'll invite you to begin by sharing with us the reading you have that will lead us into the Torah service. You all look great up there, by the way.
Thank you.
The Bima suits you, Alex.
The light of Torah shines forth from Zion. Adonai's teachings flow from Jerusalem. This scroll has nurtured our people from Sinai to today. It teaches us love and justice, hope and peace.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh, Shema Gadol Adonai iti.
Alex, as you prepare to begin reading words of Torah and taking your place with an aliyah and teaching words of Torah, we mark this moment. It's a major moment. This is a generational moment. This is a moment that places us in the context of the entire history of the Jewish people. It brings us back thousands of years to when we're told our people stood around Mount Sinai waiting to receive this text, this scroll, these words, that we'd promised that they would become the anchor of our lives, and that we would in each generation read these words anew and wrestle out of them meaning for our time and for our place. You stand on the Bima with your parents, and you stand as part of a long line, a chain of tradition that stretches back all the way, we believe, to Mount Sinai. Each and every generation had to pass down Torah to the next. Sometimes they did it when it was easy and times were good, and sometimes they did it in more difficult times, in pressing times, when it was a challenge. This has been a difficult, not the easiest road to you standing in front of Torah and getting ready to read it and teach it to us. This is a moment that you have worked hard towards, and in spite of a pandemic, in spite of everything else going on around us in the world, you found a way to persevere, to continue your studies, to continue to find this moment when you would stand on our bima and do what you are about to do. And we could not be prouder to see the way that you've prepared and taken this whole moment in stride with some of the setbacks of a new date, a different time. But we're also so proud of the person you're becoming and the person who we see you becoming each and every day. So to talk more about this moment and what it means to be passing from one generation to the next, responsibility and leadership in the Jewish community, your parents are going to share an object that is significant in your family that they're passing down to you, and a little bit of words to you in this moment. So thank you.
Alex, Daddy and I want to pass down your great-grandfather's Kiddush Cup. He proudly drank from it every Friday night at his family's Shabbat dinner. The Kiddush Cup represents the importance of family in our lives and our love for you and your brothers. We love you so much.
Alex, Mommy and I couldn't be prouder of your accomplishments, not only today, but throughout your 13 years. We are in awe of you. You've become mature, compassionate, resilient, bright, kind, certainly beautiful. You are a loving daughter, sister, and friend to all that know you. We could not be prouder of you today as you become at Bat Mitzvah. We love you so much. We cannot wait to see what the next chapter of your life has in store for you. We're so proud of you. Thank you.
We'll invite you to greet each other, and our cantor's just going to share this song.
So this is your moment to be together as a family.
Okay. My Torah portion is taken from Parsha Naso from the book of Numbers, chapter 6, verses 22 to 26, and chapters 27, verses 2 to 5. For my first Aliyah, I call upon my mom and my dad, Allison and Andrew.
Oh, Alex.
You know what, Alex? Before you chant Torah, your parents have a job to do, which is to do the
We're gonna
blessing.
go.
So we're gonna have them do that now.
We do.
That's okay.
Okay, ready?
But we know you prepare diligently too. So.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bakar rabbanim mikol amim v'neltanu letorato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So now, Alex, you get to read your first Aliyah of Torah.
Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el Aharon ve'el banav lemor, kotivaku et bnei Yisrael, amor lahem, yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'ychuneka, yisa Adonai panav elecha, ve'yasem lecha shalom.
Beautiful, Alex. And now your parents will chant the second blessing, the blessing after Torah.
Okay, ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'sokenu. Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Amen.
Alex, you'll now introduce your second Aliyah. So you'll say, for my second Aliyah,
For my second Aliyah, I call upon my Grandma Arlene, my Grandma Sherry, my Grandpa Ed, and my Uncle Stephen. Yeah, go.
Take your mask off.
Take the mask off.
You guys go first. I don't say it, so
Okay.
just speak very loud.
Ready? Here we go. We'll do the 1, 2, 3 as your son did. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher beka bechol ha'im v'natu lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
your turn, Alex.
Okay, wait. Besamu Eshimi al b'nei Yisrael va'ani avarihem v'yahi b'yom kalot Moshe lehakim et hamishkan v'yimshach oto v'yakadesh oto v'et kol kelav v'et hamizbeach v'et kol kelav v'yimshachem v'yakadesh otam.
Beautiful. And now your family will recite the second blessing, the blessing after Torah.
Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah amat v'hayel omantana b'tayenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
So now we'll invite you to Alex's family to have a seat. And Alex, you're going to stay up at the podium because in just a moment you'll be called up to the Torah by your Hebrew name for the first time ever in your life. And being called to the Torah by your Hebrew name is one of the greatest honors that we can ever offer someone. I'm so happy and proud to give you this honor today. It has been so fun to share this journey with you. I know Rabbi Lorge and I are very proud of all the work you have done to rise to this challenge, Alex. And we know that just as your name connects you to your parents, to your roots, you will also carry it forward into the future with love and with strength and with perseverance. So it's in the spirit of pride that I call you up to the Torah now by your Hebrew name. Ta'amod, ta'amod, ha-bat mitzvah, Fegalea bat Avram ve'Alison, la'aliyah leTorah. So
we'll invite everyone else to have a seat except for Alex, and Alex will invite you to begin your aliyah.
Wait, don't I do that before?
yes, so Alex, after your family has a seat, you're going to chant the blessing before Torah. That's the very next thing coming. You can go ahead whenever you're ready.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayakrivu Nisiei Yisrael Rashi Beit Avotam Hem Nisiei Hamotot Hem Ha'amdim Al Pekudim Vayaviu Et Korbanam Lifnei Adonai Shesh Eglotzav Usnei Asar Bakar Agala Al Shnei Hanesi'i Vishor Le'echad Vayakrivu Otam Lifnei HaMishkan.
Beautiful, Alex. And now you'll do the blessing after Torah.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Nata Lanu Torah Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tohenu Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Okay, Alex, we'll invite you now to introduce your Haftorah portion.
And maybe just bring the microphone a little bit closer to you.
It's a good idea, Rabbi Lorge.
Okay.
So, Allison, before you read, you can go ahead and move the mic a little closer to you so we can hear you nice and clearly. Perfect. Okay, go for it.
The Haftorah for this week is taken from the book of Judges. I will be reading from chapter 13, verses 2 to 4. Can I start?
You can start.
Okay. Vayehi ish echad mitzara mimishpahat hadani ushmo manoah ve'ito akara velo yalada vayerach malach Adonai elecha isha vayomer elecha hinena at akara velo yaladet Ve'yarit, ve'yaladet ben, va'yita hisham rina, ve'al tishti yain, ve'shechar, ve'al tochli kol tameh.
Beautifully done. Now, Alex, if you want to turn to your Devar Torah, we're looking forward for the words that you're going to teach us about the Torah portion you just chanted.
Okay, should I start?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're on pins and needles ready.
In reading this portion, Naso, I saw the theme of responsibility. This couldn't be more appropriate for today, as I am marking the many ways in which I am becoming responsible, not only to family and friends, but to the wider community as well. The text comes from the 4th book of Torah called Numbers. I chanted a section called the priestly blessing, which we recite at all major Jewish life cycle events. This ancient blessing was originally spoken by Aaron, Moses' brother. He would share it with all the people. Today, it is shared in major moments and special holidays and seasons. All this talk of blessing made me wonder, how do we earn blessings? I believe we earn blessings when we fulfill our responsibilities and obligations to ourselves, to those closest to us, and to the community. I have reached an age where I have responsibilities as well. Responsibilities to myself, responsibilities to my family, responsibilities to the world around me, and responsibilities to my Jewish heritage. In reading this passage, I now look around me and see the world differently. Reflecting upon this during the pandemic, I now see how important the value of life is. Even though I am only 13 years old, I know that I can make a change in our world by doing a small good deed. For example, extending myself to a stranger in need or volunteering where I can be useful by helping out my community in little ways. If we all do our parts and open up our hearts to each other, we would have a better and happier world. President John F. Kennedy once said the quote, which reflects upon my interpretation of how we receive blessing. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. This is certainly a parallel when it comes to our responsibilities to God and to the world we live in today. In my portion, the Israelites did please God by living up to their responsibilities. They did this by following all of the instructions God told Moses and Aaron to give them. This relates back to me because I now have responsibilities to my family, friends, religion, and the world around me. In light of my Devar Torah, I decided that I have a responsibility to the community. As I begin to fulfill that lifelong responsibility, I want to start volunteering. I chose to volunteer in a non-for-profit school in Harlem. I chose this school because my mom and brothers had volunteered prior to the pandemic on a weekly basis. They set up an after-school multi-sport program for unprivileged kids. Each week, my mom and brothers would go into the school and teach the kids a different sport. My family donated a multitude of equipment so that these kids would have an opportunity to play sports. When my brothers came home, they would talk about the children with such excitement that it inspired me to do my mitzvah project with these kids. My mom and I met with the school and we decided to create a weekly arts and crafts dance program. We started to brainstorm fun ideas as well as purchase crafts for the kids. Unfortunately, the coronavirus put a halt to this program. Over the weeks to come, we were in contact with the school, hopeful that we can ultimately resume the program. It saddens me that I was not able to help these children and share my passions with them. It saddens me as well because I know the school is not able to offer an arts and crafts program without volunteers. I know how much I benefit from dance. It is one of my joys in life. I hope that these students will soon be able to explore the arts for themselves. I look forward to when the world opens back up so that I can begin to volunteer with them. Today is my day of joy in celebrating Jewish womanhood, and I am so thankful to be sharing it with all of you. I know as I embark upon this journey, I will take my responsibilities very seriously as a Jewish adult.
Yasher koach, Alex. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. Well, we're feeling great. We are so overjoyed. We see just in your words that you shared, your understanding of not just responsibility, but what it means to be part of a community and to care for not only those who are closest to us, but those who we don't know and the strangers amongst us, those who we have ties and responsibilities for too. Knowing you and not just your strong sense of self and your incredible heart, but knowing your compassion and kindness and goodness. We have no doubts that not only will you in this moment do that volunteer work, but that it'll become a part of just who you are and how you live your life as a Jewish adult. And we are just brimming with pride and joy, and we are celebrating you and this road that you, as you said, are embarking on. So we're going to stand up, all of us who are here and those who are also streaming. I've seen now mazel tovs from Argentina, Sweden, Texas, Florida, Westchester, Massachusetts, Alabama, Canada, and many other places are pouring in, and we want to join them. So we are going to sing Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov and celebrate all that you have accomplished in this moment.
And we're going to invite your parents to join you up there, Alex, too, so you can have this moment together.
Yes.
Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov U'Mazel Tov Siman Tov Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov U'Mazel Tov Siman Tov Siman Tov U'Mazel Tov U'Mazel Tov Siman Tov Yehelanu 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 Ulecho Yisrael Yehelanu Yehelanu Ulecho Yisrael Yehelanu Yehelanu Ulecho Yisrael Yehelanu Yehelanu Ulecho Yisrael. Congratulations, Mazal Tov. We're going to invite you all now to find your seats and relax as we turn towards, you do sit down, you can sit right down. We're turning towards the concluding prayers of our service, Aleinu Leshabeach, and we'll invite you to rise in body or in spirit for this. Aleinu Leshabeach Ladon Hakol, Lateit Gedula Leotzer Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kgoye Ha'aratzot, Velo Samanu Kemishpachot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chalkeinu Kahem, Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, Va'anachnu Korim Umishtachavim Umodim Lifnei Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'nemar V'haya Adonai L'melech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad.
All of our services contain a moment of memory and memorial. So before we close our service, we're going to turn to page 294 to recite words of Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. I'll invite us to remain standing. We think of all of those who were dear to us, who we lost, whose memories we carry, and who continue to be an abiding blessing in our lives. We hold them in our hearts as we say these words together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad divra chiratei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei alamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dukudesha berichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol
moment, we're going to sing together a closing song. We want to invite Alex and your immediate family back up to the bima so that we can have one more moment where we can pour joy and love and celebration towards you all. Mazel tov to you and your friends and family. Mazel tov to all of us for being able to be a part of this simcha. We are so blessed you're a part of our community and so excited that we're able to mark this occasion and to celebrate this moment. What are we closing with, Cantor?
We're closing with a song for peace, and I have to say, seeing your beautiful family up there fills us with a sense of peace. What a joy to share this moment together. Please join us in this song. Shalom bimromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol
Erev Tov, Mazel Tov.
Mazal tov.